Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
And your Lord of Penny. Say hello, Satsu.
Hello, Satsu, and the Lord of Pregnancy is here right now, too.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Squishy.
Say hello, Squishy.
Hello.
I am your Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey, and we got a show. We have a show we're going to do for you right now. It'll be entertaining. You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll touch yourself. It'll be a great time for everybody.
Oh, God.
What?
You'll laugh and you'll cry. Like tears of joy or tears of sorrow?
Depends on how you touch yourself. That's between
Ow.
you and your gut. Man.
That's painful.
How you doing tonight, Satsu?
Pretty good. This was a basically exclusively me and Squishy day. I hung out with her most of the day, and I came home and I passed out, and here we are.
Welcome. And Scribbles, how are you?
I'm okay. I've been having a artistic afternoon, but then you know what that's all about.
I saw.
Yeah, I won't tell the audience what that's all about. It'll be a surprise for Friday because I'm working on another stream theme. Probably the most awkward one yet, which isn't saying much since there's only been like 2 others, but still. But other than that, pretty quiet, chill day otherwise. Well, chill in the sort of, I guess, emotional sense. In the temperature sense, it's fucking hot here. So there's that. How are you, monkey?
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Satsu's mom. I hope you're well, sweetheart. Let's see. I went to the pool today, and actually, I looked over at Lady Monkey one time while I was in the water. I actually feel really good right now.
Oh.
And that lasted for about 2 hours. And
Yay!
And then since then, I've just been slowly getting into more pain.
So do we need to get you like a one of those sensory deprivation tanks where you just float the whole time?
Yes. I think that's the secret. And sorry about the yawning, guys. It takes a lot out of me when I get like this. So I'm doing my best to stay peppy. I'm all peppy and stuff.
Peppy Le Pew?
Peppy. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button and share our stuff. I'm sure there's shareable things out there. So make sure you do that. Anything we want to talk about before we get into the news? I have stuff for fucketry time. I don't have anything for... Oh, yes, I do have one thing for you. Because I told this on Monkey in the Morning last night. I didn't tell you guys. I got a text from my daughter yesterday. Just out of the blue. And it said, Grand Monkey told me earlier that you're her best friend.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. She's my best friend. That's all. But with that, Scribbles, was there news today? I'm sure there was.
Is the title the fucketry you're going to talk about at fucketry time?
Oh, no, not necessarily.
Okay, because I could just avoid that little thing.
No, if you have that as an article, bring her up.
Well, I didn't have it in an article. I did have it as one of my fucketry things, but it's also a news story as well, so I might as well dive on into it. Let me find it here because I did a thing in the stuff. There it is. So the oddity of this, and I'll read the tweet that I put out with it. Honest question, why is this being published under the CNN business banner? Media companies are awkwardly mentioned / shoehorned into it near the end, but the delivery mechanism is an unlabeled op-ed counterpoint to Tucker Carlson.
Well, real quick before you, I mean, with that point, there was a story the other day, and I forget what it was, that it was under their business label too. They run some weird shit under CNN Business.
Yeah, well, the thing that I don't get is this is from Brian Stelter.
Yeah, that little fat fuck.
Now,
eunuch.
Maybe I missed something. I thought he was a political guy and not a business guy on CNN, but I don't know. But yeah, this is under CNN Business, and the headline reads, Tucker Carlson wrongly tells his viewers the country's white supremacy problem, quote, is a hoax, unquote. Nothing about that headline has to do with business.
No.
at all. And
No.
honestly, the first third of this article, not even by any stretch of the imagination, could be taken as a business editorial. You get into things that you could, again, with your imagination stretching, pull into a business scenario. But anyway, I'll read it as it is written.
Before you start, thank you, Terry Diamanis. Whoops, wrong thing. It jumped on me. I'm sorry I was born in Australia and awesome. I was born Australian and awesome. It disgusts me. I feel so much shame. As well you should. Go sit over there on the bottom of the world and think about what you did.
Why aren't you Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
All of you should ask yourself that question every day and feel sorry for yourselves.
Oh, because they're alive.
Yeah, they don't have a stingray spike in their heart. Fox's Tucker Carlson is being roundly criticized for claiming that America's white supremacy problem, quote, is a hoax. It's, quote, just like the Russia hoax, he told his viewers on Tuesday night. It's a conspiracy theory used to divide the country and keep a hold on power, unquote. This nonsensical claim came after several days of scrutiny of the El Paso suspect's racist views and the forces that may have radicalized him. News outlets have pointed out that some of the anti-immigrant, quote-unquote, invasion language in the manifesto published online shortly before the attack mirrors what is frequently heard on far-right-wing radio shows and websites.
Pause right there. One. Good night, baby.
Good night.
I love you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, monkey.
Goodbye. Love you, sweetie. I just want to point out in that manifesto, the one that they still haven't absolutely attributed to him, he absolutely says this has nothing to do with Trump. You know what I haven't heard anybody in the news point out? That he says this has absolutely nothing to do with Trump and what Trump says. But keep going. I'm sorry there, Scribe. I'm tired of hearing about this manifesto and how it has the invasion language. It's almost as if they pick and choose what they want to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Okay. And many prominent politicians have warned about the growing threat of white nationalist violence. Yeah, I'm sure the politicians have no incentive to gin up fears by any chance. Carlson responded in a monologue on Tuesday night. He asserted that, quote, the whole thing is a lie, unquote. And he downplayed the threat by saying it's, quote, actually not a real problem in America. The combined membership of every white supremacist organization in this country would be able to fit inside a college football stadium, unquote. But men like the suspect in El Paso aren't, quote unquote, members of an, quote unquote, organization. Carlson's comments sparked widespread condemnation, including one from his own colleagues, liberal Fox News contributor Mo Elifi? Yeah. I have no idea what it is. He tweeted on Wednesday morning, quote, you know who else believes white supremacy is not a real problem? White supremacists. Jesus. Fox News did not immediately respond to a request for comment. You know, if you were a real white supremacist, you wouldn't see it as a problem, but you'd also be cheering it on. You'd to say it was a normal part of every day. It's like, well, yeah, it's not a problem. It's what should be happening. That would be what a white supremacist would be saying, not saying it's a divisive tactic.
Well, I mean, if we actually look at who's amplifying white supremacists, who talks about them 24/7, who is claiming that they're, a significant, huge threat that literally should be feared. Like, we should fear these people. You should live in fear that they exist and be afraid to leave your house and go anywhere. Who's saying that?
The left.
Okay. So.
Let's see. Conservative commentator Jonah Goldberg, knowing President Trump is a fan of Carlson's show, tweeted that, quote, if Trump apes these talking points... Racist. Did
he say apes?
You said apes. If Trump apes these talking points, it'll be awful for the country and devastating for Trump's presidency, unquote. Okay, on white supremacy, facts first. Ooh, facts from CNN.
Yeah, wait till have you read this article already?
Just bits and pieces.
Okay.
An audit by the Anti-Defamation League, a completely unbiased source, found white supremacist murders in the U.S. You mean people who kill white supremacists or white supremacists that commit murder?
He means to commit murder. They just didn't say it well.
Found white supremacist murders in the U.S., quote, more than doubled in 2017, like from 2 to 4 or something.
Right, time out. He doesn't put the number in there.
Yeah, with far-right extremist groups and white supremacists, quote, responsible for 59% of all extremist-related fatalities in the U.S. in 2017.
Extremist-related fatalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There's no numbers.
Sounds like a fucking Mortal Kombat game.
There's
no numbers in there at all.
You could say that there were if there were 3 extremist-related fatalities and 2 of those were committed by white supremacists, then 59% of the murders would have been white supremacists.
Yeah,
or thereabouts. Let's say.
There's a very good reason they didn't include the numbers there because it makes Tucker Carlson's point. Because I believe the number, if you look it up, is only like, is it 200 in the last 10 years or something like that?
Yeah.
So we're talking a very, very, very small number. But if they actually put the numbers, it doubled. That sounds scary. It was 10, doesn't sound scary at all.
And from the Charleston church massacre through the killing of a protester in Charlottesville and the shootings at synagogues in Pittsburgh and Poway and most recently El Paso, far-right extremists are responsible for or suspected of most of the ideological killings in America in the last 10 years, according to data from the ideological killings.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of things that could fall into the category of ideological, like honor killings or I believe my gang is best killings.
But you see, they don't count killings from people from the left as ideological killings.
Cool.
Like those aren't included in the total cap. And what really kills me though is the fact that if you look at statistics from others, like, the statistics that are taboo to bring up, like, what the numbers are of people dying, in Chicago by the hour. They're like, oh, that's racist to bring that up. I'm like, but those are based on the numbers that you're showing us now. Those are epidemic level numbers, like 3 to 4 times.
227 people already this year.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got to jump down a little bit because I was wondering as I'm reading this, I'm like,
I just want to remind people, again, no actual number. Go ahead, Scribe. I'm sorry.
So as I was reading this, I thought, there's no mention of Ohio in this thing so far.
Yeah, of course. Dayton is completely missing.
Well, here's the thing. If you jump down to the the bottom of this. Actually, they've changed this. They've changed this since I looked at it originally. There was a whole section in here about this movie, The Hunt, that is coming out that deals with people shooting other people. It's not here anymore. They've changed the article. Okay. Well, anyway,
it wasn't in here when I read it.
Yeah, it was in there when I looked at it earlier this morning. Anyway, so the bottom of the article, a false equivalence. Oliver Darcy emails. Since the Dayton shooter's extreme left-wing Twitter account came to light, there have been many comparisons between him and the suspected El Paso terrorist. A lot of Qs have been asked. I think he means questions, but why spell out the whole word when you can be a lazy non-journalist? That was my commentary, sorry. Qs have been asked about why news organizations are highlighting the alt-right politics of the suspected El Paso gunman while spending relatively little time talking about the left-wing views of the Dayton killer. That is a good question, Brian. What is your answer to that question?
Oh, he's got one.
But it's not as cut and dried as some people are making it seem. Oh, okay. There is a key difference between the two cases. Okay, one was allegedly fueled by right-wing ideology, and the other was allegedly fueled by left-wing ideology. Is that what you're going to say?
Nope.
Brian? No. The El Paso shooter left behind an online post explaining that he was committing his act of terror because of his racist politics. In the Dayton case, police say there's no indication so far that the shooter's politics were a factor. That is a crucial distinction.
Is it really? Because it has never, ever been a crucial distinction. Not every shooter on the list of all white shooters that you have, left a full-blown and detailed manifesto on why they did it. But guess what the reason was? Guess what the reason you reported that they did it for?
Yep.
Yeah. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Brian, there's, again, I want to point out, because Tucker has gotten a lot of shit for this, and he actually, before his show tonight, released a partial clip of what was going to be in the show where he explained what he meant.
Mm-hmm.
And what he says is what, any smart person understood he meant. That he's not saying white supremacy isn't a thing in America. It's not something that we need to think about. It's just not even close to the top of the list of problems that we have. They keep blowing it out of proportion. That's the hoax right there. How blown out of fucking proportion it is. And if this was the major fucking problem that you want us to believe it is, Stelter, so that you can get a Democrat elected, Stelter, then you would have used the fucking numbers and everybody would have been like, oh my God, that many people? But the truth of the matter is, it's a tiny it's fucking minuscule. Is it cool? No. It sucks that these fucknuts go out there and kill people. But it is not. We had a fucking story the other day. We can't even go to Walmart, and there's nowhere we can go that's safe. Do you guys remember that stupid shit?
Yeah.
You got everybody scared to fucking death when it minuscule. Tiny little amount. You have a better chance of dying in a car wreck. I promise you that.
Yes.
Even as a pedestrian.
And the contrast is fucking baffling because Trump said Baltimore is a fucking hellhole. And you look at the numbers, the amount of murders and shit that go on there, they way far exceed the numbers that you're calling epidemic level right now. But you're just like, Trump's so full of shit, he's a racist. That place is not dangerous. Oh, wait, somebody just died the moment I said that? Yeah, well, we'll just overlook that. Yeah. It kills me. It blows my mind that they can look at two scenarios where they're like, people dying is bad, except in this situation, it's not as bad because it doesn't benefit our narrative. But we feel so bad for people dying. It's so horrible. Unless they're the wrong color, then fuck them.
Two things I want to address in chat. Jacqueline says, when is CNN not dishonest in an article? Well, in fairness to Stelter here, I was not just them today. Holy shit. And Check Your Logic says monkey going full poly. You have that backwards. You have that way backwards. Anyhow, I'm sorry.
Shall we move on to other things?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you didn't already know this, Trump made a trip today to places to do things. Yeah, 2 trips. And in sort of a tangent from the last article, we have a facts first article from CNN.
Wait, didn't we? Oh,
no, this is a whole article of it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fact check. Trump falsely accuses Sherrod Brown, Dayton mayor, of misrepresenting his hospital visit. I don't know anything about this story, so it's news to me. President Donald Trump, his press secretary, and his director of social media accused Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown and Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley, both of whom are Democrats, of misrepresenting the reception Trump received from shooting victims during his visit to a Dayton hospital. Facts first. This is false. What is false? Okay. While both Brown and Whaley criticized Trump's past rhetoric, they were only complimentary about his visit to the hospital. Okay. At a press conference following their joint hospital visit with Trump, Brown said Trump was, quote, received well by the patients, was, quote, comforting, and, quote, did the right things, unquote. At the press conference and in an interview with CNN, Whaley said the victims were, quote, grateful, unquote, to see Trump, and that he was treated, quote, well by the victims for sure, unquote. Brown did call Trump and his past rhetoric racist. Okay, Whaley called Trump's past rhetoric divisive and said it was good he did not visit the district where the shooting occurred because of local anger about him. But neither of the 2 Democrats alleged that Trump was badly received at the hospital. Okay, I need to know exactly what the quote from Trump was, which you're not giving us. When Whaley was later shown the Trump tweet, in which he accused her of, quote, totally misrepresenting what took place inside of the hospital, she responded, I'm really confused. Okay. Quote, we said he was treated really well. I don't know what you could talk about misrepresenting. So, oh, well, he lives in his world of Twitter, Whaley said in a video posted on Twitter by the Cincinnati Enquirer.
Well, what did he say?
Well, I'll read the tweet. That's all I can do because I don't have any other reference for what it was that he said. All right. Just left Dayton, Ohio, where I met with the victims and families, law enforcement, medical staff, and first responders. It was a warm and wonderful visit, tremendous enthusiasm, and even love. Then I saw failed presidential candidate, 0% Sherrod Brown, and Mayor Whaley totally misrepresenting what took place inside of the hospital. Their news conference after I left for El Paso was a fraud. It bore no resemblance to what took place with those incredible people that I was so lucky to meet and spend time with. They were all amazing. I mean, granted that they quoted Brown and Whaley correctly.
Yeah, now I need to see the press conference. Like I want to actually see it so I can see like, what all did they say.
Well, let's see. Brown did call Trump and his past rhetoric, quote, racist. Well, you're not giving us the full quote. What did he say? And she called his past rhetoric divisive. Okay, well, were they only talking about what he'd said in the past? Or was there any way that could be interpreted as them talking about his behavior at the hospital? I don't know.
Well,
she didn't quote them.
Didn't one of them say that he shouldn't come down there?
Well, they say they're glad he didn't go to the area specifically where the shit happened because...
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, yeah, somebody might have shot your ass if you did.
So maybe that's the part he was talking about, because I did see other quotes from him where he was talking about how well received and how much respect for the presidency people had.
Yeah, I don't know. This is conveniently not giving full quotes of any of the parties that we can actually compare.
Facts first.
Facts first, but only in small doses, I guess.
Fucking people.
Facts first. Here's some of the information.
Here's half the information.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I can believe Trump misinterpreted, misconstrued, hyperbolized, whatever. Sure, it's Trump. But unless you're going to give me all the information that I can make up my own mind, you're just going to quote literally one word per person here, there, and otherwise. That's nothing. I'm sorry, CNN, you lose. You have to, if you're going to, give us facts, give us the facts. Quote the entire, give us context. You don't give us that. You just say, oh, well, they said this one word, and he said this one word, and that was totally not this other word.
Well, you remember what happened when the Washington Post tried to give us just the facts.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about some non-American, well, I guess it is technically American, but non-Trump politics drama?
Sure,
why not?
Puerto Rico swears in its third governor in less than a week.
I saw that. Holy shit, yeah.
And, Puerto Rico's totally ready to become a state.
Yeah, totally not corrupt Puerto Rico. They did that.
Puerto Rico's Justice Secretary Wanda Vasquez Garced was sworn in Wednesday afternoon as the third governor that the financially and politically troubled island has had in less than a week. Hours earlier, the highest court declared unconstitutional the governorship of disgraced former governor Ricardo Rossello's hand-picked successor, a move certain to prolong the political crisis on the U.S. territory. The unanimous decision by the Supreme Court throughout last week's swearing in of attorney Pedro Pierluisi on grounds he had not been confirmed as Secretary of State by both chambers of the legislature. You'd think that would need to be happening beforehand. Pierluisi, in a statement shortly before Vasquez took the oath, announced that his short-lived tenure had come to an end after just 5 days. Quote, in light of the decision by the Puerto Rico Supreme Court, I must step aside and support the Secretary of Justice of Puerto Rico, he said. Pierluisi added, quote, this is a time when we must all unite for Puerto Rico, leaving behind any partisan, ideological, or personal agendas. In other words, this is a time for unity of purpose for the benefit of Puerto Rico until our people have the opportunity to choose their future leaders in next year's elections, unquote. Moments after his statement, the governor's office tweeted a photo of Vasquez taking the oath of office. And I got to say, that photo of her taking the oath of office, whoever that lady is that's holding, like, I guess the Bible or whatever, she's cute.
Oh.
That's all.
I thought you were about to say something relevant.
It's relevant to me. Anyway, yeah, Puerto Rico's totes ready to become a 51st state, yo.
Like I said, I love the fact that they're just like, oh, they're so disgraced and the corruption and it's troubled and all that stuff, and they were. We never said it wasn't. Remember, we weren't defending it and calling somebody racist for saying those same things. That never happened. That was an alternate universe, guys, Marvel style. Not real.
Yep, somebody took the Infinity Stone back. Let's see. Aside from that, how about some ice action?
Ice.
Oh, yeah.
You want some ice action? All right. 680 undocumented immigrants are arrested in Mississippi. So that, all that scare from a couple weeks back where they were like, oh, ICE is going to conduct some secret raids in places. Well, I guess they waited. And here's one of them. U.S. immigration authorities have detained some 680 undocumented immigrants in what a federal prosecutor described as, quote, what is believed to be the largest single state immigration enforcement operation in our nation's history, unquote. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Mississippi, Mike Hurst, told reporters the arrest took place at 7 sites in 6 different cities in Mississippi on Wednesday. Quote, today, as a result of the hard work of these men and women in law enforcement, we've set another record, Hurst said. Officials declined to provide details about what sites had been targeted, citing what they said was an ongoing criminal investigation. CNN affiliates reported the raids occurred at food processing plants throughout the state. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The arrest came as a result of administrative and criminal search warrants executed by special agents from Homeland Security Investigations, Hurst said. Quote, today, through the hard work of these men and women, we are once again becoming a nation of laws, he said. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has stepped up worksite enforcement since President Trump took office, conducting a number of large-scale raids at food processing plants and gardening centers in recent years. Quote, these are not new laws, nor is the enforcement of them new, acting ICE Director Mike Albence said Wednesday. Quote, the arrests today were the result of a year-long criminal investigation, and the arrests and warrants that were executed today are just another step in that investigation. Wednesday's arrests come as anxiety is running high in many immigrant communities.
That sounds fishy.
That sounds a bit too inclusive, if you'll excuse the phrasing. Immigrant communities, days after a gunman who apparently espoused anti-immigrant views killed 22 people at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas. Yes, because law enforcement actions and nut jobs killing people are the exact same thing.
Yeah, those two things are completely irrelevant. Like they have nothing to do with each other. But for some reason, that's a thing worth a mention. It's just like a black dude killing somebody, like going on a killing spree and murdering a bunch of people, and then like another black dude in a completely different location was arrested days after this thing happened to black people over there. And it's like, how are those two things related at all?
I'm going to screw up our format just a little bit here, Scribbles, because this is one of my fucketries.
Yeah.
And I want to just mention this for a moment. Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, no.
Tweeted this out.
Oh, no.
Only days after a massacre committed with the express purpose of targeting immigrants, Trump conducted the largest raid of his presidency. 680 human beings arrested, including the mother of a 13-year-old who waved goodbye as she was taken from him. The cruelty knows no bounds.
You know what? I saw a human being get arrested the other day. He broke the law.
Cruelty.
Okay. Cool.
Cruelty.
And he was taken away from his kids in a very dramatic fashion. It was terrible.
This is such dirty bullshit.
These people are fucking disgusting.
Trump didn't do this himself. It's not like he was out there with a badge on rounding up illegals or anybody who happens to look Mexican. These are illegals. They're not supposed to be here. And if they've got warrants and gone through that much, they've likely already been told to get the fuck out. But for them to conflate this with what happened down there, that is so fucking dirty. How dare you? Ex Bubba Hotep, thank you. Something happened on the other side of the planet. Also, I stubbed my toe. Coincidence? I think not. It's the great toe stubbing conspiracy. Be careful. It's 860 human beings arrested. Illegals. That's what you meant. It's okay to call them what they are. I mean, you don't have to lie about everything in your life. You can say, you can even go out there and say, I don't think they should be illegals, but that's what they are right now. These ICE agents who did this, they were following the law. It's literally the fucking law. They didn't go out there and just start shooting illegals. And to conflate those two, you dirty fuck. You absolute dirty fuck. Oh, sorry. I had to get that out because, yeah, when you started talking about it, I'm like, oh, yeah. Beto himself did this with those 680 human beings.
Today's been the day for grandstanding elsewise. Cory Booker went down to the church in Charleston where the Dylan Roof shooting happened and made some speech about hate and gun violence. And then Tim Ryan says he's going to form a caravan to march on Mitch McConnell's house or town or something to make him go through the gun legislation. It's just everybody is just virtue grandstanding left, right, and center right now.
They're going to march through his town or to his house, either way, to force him to do. They do realize that's not how government works, right? You can do it. I'm not telling you can't, but that's not going to change anything. They get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
680 human beings were arrested, man.
Anyway, that's all the stories I had.
Thank you so much for the news tonight there, Scribbles. Man, so much of it just wants me to kick people or makes me want to kick people in the ding ding. I wouldn't do that, though, because I'm a non-violent person. Super chat. What's super chat? What did I miss? Are you guys seeing what I missed?
The last one I saw Ex Bubba Hotep.
Got that one.
And that's the last one I have on the chat before it peters out on me. So if there was another one, I didn't see it unless it maybe was like a $2 one or something. Someone's gonna have to give us some info. Check your you can check your super chat log.
Oh, he says sup chat. I'm sorry. My bad.
What chat?
He said sup chat.
Oh, sup chat. You guys and your fancy lingo.
That's German for I don't like Jews. My bad. That's why I didn't register in my head. Guys, that makes it your turn. Hashtag MSS News is where you send stories if you want us to look at them. We'll do our best to get to all of them, but we just can't because I can't read. There you go.
Okay.
I'm not the one reading, but I still can't read.
This one comes from Quinn Harrison. Let's see. Fire at Siberian Arms Depot triggers massive explosions. 8 injured, 1 missing.
Damn.
Okay. Massive explosions at a Russian military ammunition depot in Siberia injured at least 8 people and prompted the evacuation of thousands on Monday. When's the story from? 1 day ago. Okay. Russia's defense ministry said a fire triggered the explosions at a storage facility for gunpowder charges near the city of Anchinsk in eastern Siberia's Krasnoyarsk region or something. Video posted online of the explosion reportedly shows the shockwave traveling through low-hanging clouds in the area. And yes, you can watch a video of low-hanging clouds going whoop as explosion goes off. Wah, wah, wah. Yep, that is a shockwave, all right. Yeah, well, if only 8 were injured and 1 is missing, fingers crossed the missing person is just injured or wasn't there or something for the day.
He called in sick.
Yeah, one can hope.
This is why I could never work in, and I'm sure it's perfectly safe, but like in a ammunition factory or a fireworks factory, I would be afraid the whole time I was there that something like this would happen.
Yeah.
Like some jackass is going to be smoking where they're not supposed to and blow the whole damn place up.
This one comes from Frosted Glass. Protest seeks to stop U.S. libraries supporting drag queen story hour. I remember reading about this months ago. Apparently that's
It's gotten worse. Yeah.
Nearly 100,000 Christians have signed a petition to the American Library Association protesting against its support of Drag Queen Story Hour, but the ALA has said it, quote, strongly opposes any effort to limit access to information, ideas, and programs that patrons wish to explore, unquote. First established in San Francisco in 2015 by the writer Michelle T., Drag Queen Story Hour, in which drag queens read stories to children in libraries and bookshops, is intended to, quote, give kids glamorous, positive, and unabashedly queer role models, unquote.
Because they find out they can read?
I guess. It has spread across the U.S. and internationally, but has drawn fire from conservative groups. In June, a Denver bookshop was targeted by far-right groups for hosting a story time, while Republican Larry Householder has attacked Ohio's libraries for using taxpayers', quote, hard-earned dollars, unquote, to, quote, teach teenage boys how to become drag queens, unquote. That might be a little bit overreacting, but all the same. A joint petition from conservative website LifeSite News and anti-abortion group, the Personhood Alliance, has been delivered to the ALA, calling on it to, quote, immediately stop its promotion of this outrageous, dangerous, and abusive activity in America's libraries. It's not hurting anybody. You can either go or you don't go. If parents want to take their kids there, what are you going to tell them? They can't parent their kid that way?
The only part that I'm going to disagree with you on there, Scribe, is that they've found out that there have been some sexual predators as part of this. People with that aren't even allowed to be near kids.
Well, okay, vet them first, I guess.
Exactly.
That goes for anybody. That goes for anybody, whether you're a drag queen or not.
Sure.
It's not isolated to this. If you're going to have someone around children in your facility, you should at least have some idea who they are and they have a track record.
Yeah, but are they really doing that? They're LGBT, so
you know, ask.
Any looking into that history or even questioning it, like, are you really discriminating against me because I'm LGBT?
Yeah, well, I'm afraid that's just a risk you're going to have to take on for the safety of children. I don't know what to tell you.
People probably would, but I don't think they would.
Like I say, it doesn't. You're going to have any adults around. I mean, it's an unfortunate truth, but these days, if you're going to have adults in any isolated areas around children for any period of time, you should make sure that they don't have a record. There are plenty of places that do a quick background check on those people and on anybody really, and especially if they're a registered sex offender, they have to be, or else they're breaking the law. So anyway, but criminals breaking the law.
Sure. Over on these Streamlabs, Cryptic, thank you so much. Why does the NSA hate igloos? Because they are snow dens. Wah, wah. I like that one. That one's actually really it took me a second to get that one, man.
Edward Snowden?
Get it, Snowden, yeah.
Edward Snowden.
Snowden.
Okay. This one comes from Pinkalo, the Driving Ape Man. If it'll take me to the story and not the image attached to the story, why can't they do that? What happens to imported food if there's no deal for Brexit? Domino's has a Brexigeddon plan. Domino's is taking measures to safeguard its pizza toppings in the event of a no-deal Brexit. The American multinational company recently announced that it has spent more than $11 million, or 7 million pounds, on stockpiling imported ingredients, including tomato sauce, frozen chicken, tuna, and even the ever-contentious pineapple. So, okay, you're not going to be able to get those things in Britain after Brexit? Is that? That's
become a talking point, that if there's a Brexit and there's no deal, they're going to run out of food. They're going to turn into Venezuela, y'all.
And quote, never mind.
No, go ahead.
Quote, a potential no-deal Brexit carries the increased risk of disruption to raw materials supplies into the UK and foreign exchange volatility, which could increase food costs, Domino said. While its tomato sauce, among other toppings, is imported from Portugal, the pizza chain reportedly buys roughly 2/3 of its ingredients domestically, including flour and cheese. According to CNN, the company anticipates, quote, the increased inventory level related to Brexit will be maintained into 2020. If you buy it locally, or domestically, sorry, then it doesn't. I'm confused. So Portugal is your big problem because of tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have a piece of fucketry later that's related to this paranoia. Now, honestly, maybe it's true. I don't know. But
well, real quick, hi Weebs. She always gets mad if I don't give her attention right away. Could there be some supply disruption? Sure. Is the EU going to stop selling them food? No. All a no Brexit does, or no deal Brexit does, is give you bargaining power, for fuck's sake. Because they still need your money. Anyhow.
Let's see. This one comes from Signal Boost. Oh, this sounds appetizing. Company uses NASA technology to make healthy food out of thin air using only CO2, water, and solar electricity.
So like Earl Grey hot?
I don't know. A Finnish company, they're finished, is saying they have managed to create food out of thin air, and it could be hitting our grocery store shelves within the next 2 years. The engineers at Solar Foods have succeeded in making a protein powder using only CO2, water, vitamins, and renewable Wait a second. Wait. Okay. Wait. Headline said CO2, water, and solar electricity, but now it's CO2, water, vitamins, and renewable electricity.
We can make food out of seeds.
Wait. So you can make a protein powder out of water and vitamins, you say? So if I grind up a bunch of vitamins and add it to water, I've made protein powder out of thin air?
Yes. But you need some light.
The powder, which they have called Solein, Solein, was created using technology. I want to finish the sentence that was created using technology of taking 2 spoons and multivitamin and crushing it.
Right.
That was developed by NASA.
Like
yeah, it reportedly looks and tastes just like wheat flour, except it is made up of 50% protein. Since the single-cell protein can be produced in an indoor environment, it is completely independent of weather and land conditions, but not independent of Flintstone vitamins, apparently. Quote, conventional food production wastes water at an unsustainable and unreasonable level. We wanted to fix that. Solein is 100 times more climate-friendly than any animal or plant-based alternative. Unlike conventional protein production, it takes just a fraction of water to produce 1 kilogram of Solein. As with water use, the same game-changing effect applies to land use efficiency as well, with Solein being 10 times more efficient than soy production by a metric of usable protein yields per acre.
Okay.
This is one of those things that I suspect maybe, if he hasn't already, that Thunderfoot will take a look at. Because if there's one thing I can rely on Thunderfoot for, it's like analyzing like grand scientific claims that sound like they're too good to be true and usually winnowing them down to a bunch of bullshit. So I'm curious if somebody will look a bit deeper into what this is, because that whole part, like water and vitamins, like, well, you have to get the vitamins from somewhere. What kind of energy do you have to expend to get the vitamins?
Well, don't look at that part, man.
I know.
You go down to Walgreens, you pick up a bottle of Flintstones.
Yeah, get my B complex and just like grind it up into a drink, I guess. Let's see. This one comes from George Mason. Unconscionable conduct New York City pimp gets 15 years for trafficking, brutally torturing underage girls. Only 15 years? Okay. Corey Roper was sentenced today to 13 years in prison for sex trafficking of minor females. Roper previously pled guilty to 1 count of sex trafficking minor victims. As part of his plea, Roper acknowledged that he trafficked 3 minor females and also trafficked another female by force. Manhattan U.S. Attorney Jeffrey S. Berman stated, quote, self-proclaimed pimp Corey Roper perpetrated awful acts against young women. Roper subjected his victims, some as young as 13 years old, to what he called pimp rules and punished them through cruel physical violence and depriving them of food and sleep if they didn't comply with his abhorrent commands. Because of his unconscionable conduct against these vulnerable victims, Roper now ironically finds himself subject to a code of conduct that he's forced to comply with. Prison rules. Yeah, 15 years for torturing 4 different people, especially kids, and that's all you're giving them? Why did you take a plea?
That's a good question. Well,
I would have sent a message
too often.
Well, especially in situations like this, where it's like if you wanted to really send a message, put that guy on trial, bring everything to light. And of course the argument is, they don't want to put the victims under that kind of stress, pressure, and reliving the incidents and all that kind of stuff. Like, and sometimes, and I know this might sound cruel, sometimes there is a greater benefit to society at large if a few people have to go through a little bit of discomfort for a while. And I know I'm minimizing it, but you know what I mean.
How old is this guy?
He is 27.
So he's going to be out when he's 42. Still well within the ability to do it again.
Yeah, or do other horrible things. Yeah, why? He abused, tortured, and trafficked children. I don't understand how that, and multiple children. So how does that equate to basically, I don't know, a sentence for like 1 count of rape or whatever? It just doesn't. Anyway, what do I know?
That's all right. Maybe they'll tell people in prison what he did.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. He's got 15 years to be a child abuser inside a prison. That's going to be fun for him. Let's see. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Bride ruins 12,000-pound wedding dress after disastrous side effects of detox drinks. Oh, she didn't shit herself in her wedding dress, did she?
Oh, 12,000 pounds. We're talking overseas because I'm like,
we're talking money. Yeah, okay, so 12,000
my American is
sterling. Yeah, 12,000 pounds sterling, and that's a wedding dress. That's how much he. Okay, quote, it turns out that the bride had gambled on a fart and lost in a big way.
Oh, no.
This is hilarious. Okay. Is there a picture of this? No. Okay. When a wedding's good, it's really good. Magical even. When a wedding goes wrong, however, it can be messy and traumatic for everyone involved. But you'd be hard-pressed to top this wedding disaster story, which got just about as messy as it can get. The culprit, the bride, had been drinking, quote-unquote, healthy so-called detox shakes to banish last-minute bloating, and they'd wreaked havoc on her digestive system on her actual big day. The horror story was recounted on Reddit by the wedding planner who had assisted the bride both in the run-up and on the day.
Real quick, let me get this super chat. Cryptic, thank you. It was a shit show. I'm sorry.
As some background, she explained that the couple had opted for a rural, shabby chic aesthetic in a historic barn, which necessitated having portaloos, or porta potties, basically. She adds, quote, the bride had, to be honest, been quite a bridezilla, but it's my job to deal with those sort of things. At this point, the ceremony had ended, cocktail hours shutting down, professional photos were being taken. We were prepping to transition to the entrance of the bridal party, which would be followed immediately by first dance and cake cutting. During this, the dinner would be staged, so every aspect was being fairly... And then the sentence just drops off without being continued, okay? Quote, a few moments later, my headset beeped on and my assistant said, we have an issue. It turns out that the bride had gambled on a fart and lost in a big way. Perhaps things might have been different were it not for the style of wedding dress the bride had gone for. It was a huge ball gown with hoops and slips underneath, while the corset was a boned bodice. There was no way they could get her to the bathroom in time, the wedding planner revealed, so she told everyone to expect a delay of 15 minutes. Then her assistant bleeped her again, quote, "The previous issue was more than we anticipated. I ran over to find my assistant looking horrified." The Sakes, I think they mean shakes, because whoever writes these things, they don't proofread their shit. These shakes the bride had been using had, quote, "mixed poorly with the cocktails from earlier, and she had eaten a fairly decent breakfast." Quote, "The substance that had come out of her body as a result defied explanation. It was slimy, oily even, with stringy bits and the consistency of hair gel." Quote, "Not only had it been a rather profound accident, but the smell was unrivaled, generally a substance no human body should emit. But the thing that set it over the edge was that the shaper the bride wore was a latex deal that came down over the thighs and up to the bra. Quote,
oh no,
here we go, waterproof, the poo had just sort of filled it like a water balloon of horror. My assistant had opened up the snap crotch and just released the evil trickling down the bride's thighs. My assistant quickly sealed it back up, and she and the bride vainly tried to wipe up the goo dry with toilet paper. Unsurprisingly, the assistant was in complete shock, the bride was crying, and she didn't smell great. However, the bride's chief concern was keeping the guests waiting and everything running according to schedule. Quote, "The show must go on," is the bride's motto. So despite diarrhea still being, quote, "embedded in her nail bed," and a groom, quote, "vaguely disconcerted by his new wife's odor," unquote, the choreographed dance goes ahead.
No.
As the groom spun his bride around, hand on her waist, he is squishing the poo up the insides of the waist trainer, and up and out the back waistband. To our horror, we watch as a oily stain spread across the mid-back of the gown. As we are still cringing from this, the groom sets his hand firmly in the middle of the poo stain.
Real quick, thank you, Cryptic, who said she had a crappy day. I think they all did.
And still, the couple continued with the cake cutting. Eventually, the wedding planner was able to get a hold of the bride, cut her out of the dress, which cost the equivalent of 12,000 pounds, and sponge her down. The best bit, quote, "pictures from the event appeared in a magazine. Still photos away from the smell were beautiful."
Thank you, ex-Bubba Hotep, who said, "You could say she was full of shit." Oof.
Okay.
Why? Okay, just go home.
You got a cryptic one, too.
Another one? Oh, there it is. She's at least slippery when wet. Thank you, Cryptic. Oh, that's disgusting.
Like, first of all, people spend way too much on these fucking weddings, but like, it's not that deep, man. I realize, like, it's your day or whatever, but those people are there to see your wedding. If shit goes wrong and you need to fucking, like, get it together, then they can fucking wait. Like, what are you doing?
How many more you want me to do, Monkey?
After that one, I'm not sure any, but let's find one more to get that out of our mouths.
That's sounds like a personal problem. Let's see. How about, let's see, read one from you. Read one from you. Okay. Follow up on a story. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. Alana Cutlin's body found in Madagascar jungle after she jumped from plane.
Oh, this is that crazy bitch, right?
Yeah, the girl that apparently just jumped out of a flying plane. A search team hunting for the body of tragic Cambridge University student Alana Cutland have found what they believe is her body. Army, police, and villagers have been looking for the 19-year-old since she threw herself out of a light aircraft above the Indian Ocean island on July 25th. And I have to scroll way down. Local police claim her body was found by a local tribe as part of a huge search effort. The find comes just days after officials in Madagascar accused British authorities of not funding or offering any help. Alana, who had just started an independent research trip in the country, suffered severe paranoia and delusions before the fall on July 25th. The fall. Jump, more like a jump. Suicide, whatever. Possibly caused by anti-malaria medication. Okay. I didn't know that anti-malaria medication could cause you to go delusional crazy. But then I don't know much about anti-malaria medication. She fell into remote... And my phone's ringing. Sorry, guys. We'll be right back.
Oh, man. Yeah. Crazy bitch jumped out of a plane. Fought the pilot and the other passenger. It was a little tiny plane. I'm glad they found her body. I mean, her parents can, bury her now at least. That's a horrible story, though, man. Horrible story.
And they hung up because,
cool.
That's what you do when you call my phone and I answer and then click, like, after 2 rings. It wasn't like I waited or something. Okay, whatever. All
right. Was there much more to that, or can we go ahead and move on?
No, and they still don't know. They're still questioning the people, the pilot and the other passenger, and they're still trying to figure out exactly why she did what she did or whatever. But yeah, so there you go. Unless the pilot and the passenger are lying and they pushed her out, then yeah.
That brings us on to the YouTube time. Guys, thank you so much for the stories, except for who said, I think it was Colleen said in that shit story, bad, go sit in the corner. Satsu, what'd you do? What kind of shit did you do today?
Not the kind of shit she did, that's for sure.
Don't detox, people. Do you guys realize that anytime you drink something that says detox, it's going to make you shit a lot? That's what detoxing is in those kind of things. I'm sorry, Satsu. Anyway, you did some stuff today.
Yes. After Cushy, we went to the doctor first to get her checked up, and everything is good, guys. The doctor said everything is going according to plan, and to call her if there are any, or just don't freak out if there are any, if her water breaks or any contractions, because it's the first pregnancy. So they said the baby's not in a hurry. They're never in a hurry the first time. They just jump out of it. Because a lot of people were telling us, like, it could happen at any moment. Like, she could just the baby could just fall out of her right now. And I'm just like, calm down, people, relax. And the doctor was like, don't let people make you panic. Like, it's fine. It's the first baby. Her water breaks. Let her take a shower. Get her together. Make sure you're timing the contractions. If it gets below the 5-minute threshold, obviously, then it's time to come in or something like that. So we're just kind of waiting for that. Everything's good there. I took her out to eat for our anniversary because that's all she wants. So we spent some time there. And this isn't YouTube related, but I have to talk about it because it's funny. So we went to Red Robin's, which is an excellent place to go eat, by the way. And there was this gay couple that walked in. And this lady was trying to figure out where to get them to sit. So she was walking them over to because, usually most of the time you don't really get to pick where you sit. They just kind of walk you somewhere and ask you if you want like a table booth or if you want to sit at the bar. And she started just kind of walking them over there, and she was getting ready to ask him where they wanted to sit. And she was like, is over here fine? And he was like, no, I don't want to sit over here. I don't like it over here. Did you want like a booth instead? And he's like, no, I want to sit on the other side of the building. I want to sit over there. I sit where I want. You can't tell me where I sit. And she's like, okay. So she walked him over, and the whole time she was walking the dude over, he's just like bitching her out. And she's just like, okay, like, I get it. You're over here now. I'm sitting you down being mean. And he called her a homophobe. And she's like, I'm not fucking homophobic. God. And then she walked away and was like, she's like, I'm not fucking homophobic. She walked away and then was like, holy shit. Like, I need to walk away because I'm about to go off on this dude. So they call the manager because they're like, this is such a fucking homophobic establishment. Fuck these people or whatever. And their gay manager comes out. Like, what's going on? and he was like, I just feel so disrespected. I'm so offended at how she treated me. And he's like, well, what happened? She tried to force me to sit over there when I don't sit where people tell me. I sit where I want. I'm a patron in this establishment, and you guys need to treat me with respect. And it's just like, and the dude's like, I'm not sure exactly what you want. Like, what do you want me to do? Because from what I'm hearing, she didn't really do anything wrong. Is that the position you're going to take? And he was like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just stormed out. And I was just like, wow, that just happened. And then our waiter comes over. Our gay waiter comes over and was like, so hi guys, what can I do for you? I was just like, dude, that just took place. Nice. And I was just like, what the fuck? Yes, this homophobic establishment with a gay manager and a gay waiter. And he was just like the most happiest, most like welcoming, bubbly person ever. And I'm just like, wow, that is kind of crazy. And the tripped out part is it's not like anybody was in there. It was us, a lady and her kid, and then those two. Those are the only people in the entire place. And it was just like this scene unfolding, and I'm just like, okay, all right. But that was hilarious, so I thought I'd talk about it because this is where we are, guys. A bunch of oppressed people walking around demanding to be treated like royalty, because now they can do that. And it's okay for certain people to be pieces of shit and have an excuse for it. So there you go. Outside of that, I actually did some editing today. I sat down and edited a few videos after I woke up from my nap after me. So you guys tomorrow. And that's kind of it.
All right. As for the baby thing, we rushed to the hospital when Lady Monkey's water broke with the first one. I mean, we took a 40-minute drive in 13 minutes. That's in a snowstorm because it's like we gotta get there, and then we were there for 9 hours waiting for the baby to be born. When the third one was born, my family or her family was actually staying with us, and they'd never been through a live birth like that before because her mom had C-sections, her sister had C-sections, and so this was the first one, a birthing that they were going through. And they wake me up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, "We gotta go." I'm like, "Shh, calm down. It's okay. It's all right. We'll be fine. We have plenty of time. Let me take a shower. We'll be fine." That first one, because it's your first one. So you just relax. It's all right. Don't diddly dally, but don't diddle. That's not the word I was looking for. Definitely don't diddle after the water breaks. Anyway, so Scribbles, what'd you work on today?
Nothing.
All right.
Yay.
Let's see. I did a monkey in the morning very early yesterday. Because after the show, I went and looked up the stuff that you guys had talked about that I remained pretty quiet on because I didn't do the YouTube or the Twitter at all yesterday, so I didn't know what was going on. And I saw Mr. Joaquin Castro's little hit list of his, which is funny. Did you guys see that some of the people on that list have donated to Joaquin and his brother?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, have they been interviewed yet to find out how it is they can hold these two distinct ideas in their head at the same time?
Actually, they've been interviewed to say fuck Joaquin. We're never donating to him again.
There you go.
Because they were like, yeah, this is some bullshit. How fucking dare you pull that shit? And then the other one, the guy who used the what was the term? Eradicate language. And the most offensive part about that to me, I think he was trying to be hyperbolic, but the way he said it, it's very hard to defend what he said at all.
Yeah.
But the really offensive part about that, is how it started. Kellyanne Conway put out a tweet where, among other things, she's talking about how we get over this, and she says we need to eradicate hate.
Right.
And that sent this motherfucker off. We need to eradicate hate. We need to eradicate you. Like, what the fuck, man? How do you see somebody say we need to eradicate hate and get offended by that? How does that set you off? What is wrong in your brain that's a problem? Jesus fuck, man. So yeah, I went on I didn't even invite people until I'd gotten through my rant because I knew it was going to be one of my more spectacular ones. So if you want to check that out, it was done very early. I don't know if I'd even waited until midnight to start. Yeah, and that was it. That's all I did. So I was going to do a gaming stream, and then Lady Monkey said, "You want to go swimming?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go swimming." And then I came home, and it's like, I'm going to do a gaming stream. And then, like I said, the pain just slowly started creeping in. And it was like, it's literally like somebody is putting a whole bunch of weights on top of me, but each one of them is pain in my bones. And it just gets worse and worse. And so, yeah, I might do one later after this. Darkshade, thank you so much. Whispers, fleeking old man, white suit tags. Those are getting longer and longer.
Mm-hmm. That's what she said.
His whispers are getting quite long. Anyhow, so with that, we'll move on to the Humpetry. That's what time it is. And who wants to go first? Scribe, you got some Humpetry?
Sure. Let me. So there was an odd. Let me see if I can find it here. I got several people who liked this little thing that I tweeted out. If I can. It's always a matter of fact. Well, first off, the new song from the new Tool album dropped today.
Mm-hmm.
For those of us who are Tool fans, and I am certainly one of those, it sounded like any Tool song. I mean, it was very familiar because it used several sort of sonic similarities to a lot of the previous music, but it was boring. It was 10 minutes, 30 seconds long of just sort of like, this sounds like it could have come from any number of previous albums. And I was like, it took us, 10 or some odd years since the last album to get to this.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for something a little bit more evolutionary, let's say, but aside from that, so this, so Tail Feature tweeted this out. And this is the BBC News's tweet. There's a video attached, but it's kind of irrelevant. This is how the tweet reads: "Whiskey takes 3 years to distill, but post-Brexit, it could be made in just 1 day. But does it taste any different?" And I found that tweet so perplexing. I couldn't understand what the heck it was saying. That for whatever reason, this is what came to my mind as a satire. "Granite is made of granite, but telling the truth is sometimes also hard. Can you still build a wall out of lies?"
What?
And a lot of people like this tweet, and it sounds very poetic. It sounds very deep. I don't know why that came to me reading that thing about the whiskey. It's like, most whiskey takes this long to distill. After Brexit, it'll only take a day. Like, how does Brexit change the time to distill whiskey?
They stop having to have it German approved. I don't know.
I don't quite get that one. Aside from that, remember the guy who tried to escape jail dressing up as his 19-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, okay. There's a video out there, and you can find it relatively easily, of this guy who put on his 19-year-old daughter comes to prison to visit him, and he disguises himself as her using a wig, a latex mask. Like, it's very Mission Impossible. And there's a video of him being forced by the authorities to stand there in the entire outfit and then gradually take it all off to show him underneath. He's dead. He was killed in his cell a day after he was caught trying to escape.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So I'm wondering, I said, well, that escalated quickly. Maybe imprisonment wasn't the only thing he was trying to escape from.
Man.
Yeah, he was, I guess he was a drug dealer or something. Yeah, a Brazilian drug dealer. So yeah, he tried to escape, and then a couple days later, he gets murdered in his cell. So there you go. Other than that, I don't think I had Anything extra exciting to say or do? Oh, wait. Now there's one more thing. So someone tweeted this out. Tweeted this out. Try cutting grass. I knew a millionaire that started cutting grass. It's a constant. And I said, wow, with advice like this and Bernie telling me that all I need to do is write a best-selling book, a best-selling book about cutting the grass, and I'll be a billionaire. Anyway, that's my for what it's worth, that's my fucketry for today.
All right, and you got some humpetry over there, Satsu?
Well, I saw a story about some kid or some person, I guess, named Scott Pressler, and apparently he's a Trump supporter. And there was a lot of the talk about Baltimore being kind of a shithole, and he saw a Trump tweet that inspired him to get to action. So what he decided to do is he's like, Trump's talking about this place is a shithole. I hear a whole bunch of people defending it, but I don't really see anybody trying to do anything about it. So he was like, I'm looking online and all these people are like, no, it's not that bad. It's a great place or whatever. And then the statistics come out and you see it's actually kind of a piece of shit. But he was saying there's nobody out there trying to help. So he organized a group of people to go clean up the streets, just to go clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody made a video called Right-Wing Extremist Scott Pressler Organizes Trash Cleanup in West Baltimore.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, I don't know if he's ever put forth any extremist views, but he literally is just a Trump supporter. I don't know what kind of views he has or anything. I don't really know anything about this person, but he just supports Trump, and that immediately makes you a right-wing extremist. And they slammed him because they called it a political ploy to make Trump look good instead of just wanting to help out the community that he lives in. And I'm like, okay. That's a little fucked up, but
who's being the extremist in the situation again?
It was just kind of, once again, like I said, it really feels like these people, they don't want the problems to be fixed. And if anybody tries to fix them, they get upset because they're like, you're taking away our reason to complain. And it's pissing us off.
It's worse than that. It's thought policing. It's a moral purity test based on just the whiff that you're at all even tangentially attached to the side that we don't like. Now you're just because you might be a Republican, now you're a right-wing extremist. Now because you just support Donald Trump, now you're some kind of racist white supremacist.
Yeah, it was kind of a thing to behold, where it's just like, oh, okay. A guy tries to help out his community, but he supports Trump, so fuck him. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Real quick, thank you, Darkshade, who says trash cleanup to the extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the
extreme trash cleanup. Oh no, it's too clean.
You're a piece of shit either way. There's nothing you can do.
Well, I saw a tweet today, and this isn't actually part of my fucketry, but that you just reminded me of it. This woman tweeted out that it keeps surprising her how many people she thinks are really nice, decent people, and then she finds out they support Trump.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, are they nice, decent people? Because if so, I would think them supporting Trump wouldn't change, whatever it is about them that made you think they were nice, decent people.
That's enough, Monkey. That's all you need. That's how you tell who's the good one from the bad one.
It's insane. And thank you, X-Bubba Hotep.
It's sad. It's depressing.
You're not wrong. We're getting very close to Trump cures cancer. Here's why it's bad. You're right. We've joked about that since he's been in office.
I'm telling you, dude. Everything we've made a parody about so far has come true in almost unbelievable fashion. So I would not be surprised.
What's wrong with Mike?
What happened?
Am I still here? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's thunder outside, and okay. Things like froze up on me there for a second, and I was having trouble hearing you, Satsu. So if I talked over you, I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Okay,
but that was kind of it.
I have quite a bit today because unlike the last several days, Twitter wasn't such a shit show that I couldn't actually stand it. Joe McLaughlin, thank you so much. Taking their reason to tax the crap out of us. Honestly, this is how it should work. I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Joel, follow up and let me know what you're talking about there because I'm a little bit confused. You don't have to donate again. Okay, let's see. Let's start with the first thing I saw today was Nick Fuentes and Matt Walsh getting into it, which was kind of great.
Remind me who these people are again.
Matt Walsh is a conservative commentator. Cryptic, thank you so much. White men taking over a black man, typical, or talking over a black man, typical. Yeah, it is. Because I'm a loudmouth and he's a nice guy. He lets me talk. It's not on purpose, though. It's not racist. It's just that I'm an asshole. I'm a different kind of asshole. Let's see. Nick Fuentes is a he was real big with the Blood Sports crew as one of their white men. He's often labeled as a white nationalist for good reason. He claims it's not true. He's just a nationalist who likes whiteness. But he decided to go in at Matt Walsh, who I believe works for the Daily Wire, or used to work for the Daily Wire. Because Matt Walsh came out and said that white supremacists are shitheads, basically.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And
how controversial.
Yeah, right. And Nick came out and he's like, he actually called him a race traitor. A race traitor. You're a race traitor who works for a Jew, is what he said.
Wow.
Yeah, but y'all, he was just kidding. It was just a joke. It was a joke he was making on his comedy show.
Okay.
Like when you repeatedly use the term race traitor unironically, it's not a joke. You weren't joking. You meant it. Own up to it, you fucking pussy. God damn, I'm tired of these guys being fucking pussies. And the funny thing is, he's sitting there calling Matt Walsh a pussy this whole time. Like, your bitch ass won't even admit to your goddamn ideology, you fucking cunt. Sorry, I hate that little shit. But yeah, it's funny watching him. No, man, no, I'm not a white nationalist just because I call people race traitors. Go fuck yourself, man. But it was funny to watch because you had people who watch both of them, and it's like, I don't know who to support. The one who's not calling the other one a race traitor would be a good start.
Race traitor is Uncle Tom for white people.
It is, isn't it? Like, Jesus fuck. How do you say that? Now, okay, there are ways. I mean, you could make jokes about that, but he wasn't fucking joking. And the clip's out there online. You guys can go judge it for yourself. I'm giving you my opinion of what I saw. Yeah.
But don't take my word for it.
Don't take my word for it. Go watch it yourself. Seriously. What's that chick's name? We got to talk about Puppy Puncher.
Oh God, that freaked me out for a second. I thought it was some kind of, I don't know, special effect joke or something. I didn't know what it was. I was like, is this real?
Yeah, it's this chick. Her name is Brooke Hoax, Houts. She's got 300,000 followers, 330,000 followers, almost 340.
For what? What does she do?
Well, for a while, she did a really bad Nicole Arbor impression. These days, what she does is mostly talk to the camera and then have her dog come in so that people can say, how a dog is.
Oh, my God.
She accidentally uploaded a video showing her slap the dog in the face. And then
spit on it, too.
Hold the dog down, scream at it, and then spit on it.
Yeah, I was.
Which, by the way, she claims she didn't do. There was no. I can see why you'd think there was spitting, but I didn't spit on the dog. We heard you go. We heard it.
And you saw her body language. She leaned towards the dog. Jeez, what a nutbag.
But this led to other things. Specifically, Brittany Venti going in on Shoe on Head.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Because Shoe on Head is one of the people who helped push the fact that this cunt did this, that Brooke did this.
Okay.
And Brittany's like, oh, but you abuse your animal too. You never got your rabbit spayed.
Oh God.
Yeah, she spent like 6 hours today calling out Shu as the same kind of animal abuser as somebody who slaps their dog in the face or throws their cat around. She actually said this. I'm going to say it. Some of you are cowards. You only call out certain people when they abuse animals, when it's easy target, but not others. Just like how Twitch doesn't ban certain streamers when they abuse animals, nobody should be getting a pass to mistreat their pets. This bitch has a hate boner for Shu like you would not believe. And it was funny just to watch. If you guys enjoy that kind of weirdness, it was oh Brittany. Oh Brittany.
What is Brittany jealous of Shu for?
I don't because Shu has a large audience and Brittany wants one.
Oh,
Cryptic, thank you.
Anyway.
Says that's not how to tenderize food, a waste of food. God damn it.
Oh.
He can make that joke. He's Asian. I didn't make it. No, she's hated Shu for a while. She actually made a video about her 2 years ago, something like that. Okay. And I saw her video on Shu. It's called, what's it called? Shuwu. That's what she calls her. And she had some very valid points about issues with Shu. And then there's the catty, I'm a girl and she's more popular than me crap that's in there too. So, but it was just, it's like, woman, she went on like several rants about this, about how Shu is just as bad, because if you don't get your boy rabbit spayed or neutered, whichever one it is for a boy, they will hump stuff and pee, y'all.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's exactly the same as slapping a dog in the face and spitting on it. You know it's different. Stop it. Stop. I realize you hate Shu. I get that. But this wasn't it, sweetheart. This wasn't it. Brittany's wanted to talk. She flipped out on streams before. Yeah. Plus, she looks like she smells like pee. She does. We did the beta earlier. The only other one actually that I have is it's a good story. It's a cute story. A hungry boy in Florida called 911.
Oh, I read this.
Because he wanted pizza, y'all. He wanted pizza. So the cops, thinking, oh, maybe this boy's starving and shit. They went out there and they did a wellness check, and he was fine. He's a little kid who wanted pizza. So the cops were nice and got him pizza. Oh, they got him Pizza Hut, which I hope is his favorite. I don't know.
How old is this kid?
Do they say in the article? Hang on. I'm not 5. He's 5. There it is.
Okay, that's all right then, because I thought it was like, there's kids should know what 911 is for and what it's not for. But he's 5. Who cares?
Yeah, they explained to him what it was for, so he knows. I mean, I don't think they get the talk until like 1st or 2nd grade about what 911 is for.
I guess.
Well, he's like, Mommy said it's for emergencies, and not having pizza is an emergency.
Yeah,
right, I'm hungry.
This is important, guys.
Oh, man.
Why do I feel like that's going to be our squishy? Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Oh, Matta. No. I did want to mention that. No, Brittany is not the dog fucker.
No, that's Whitney, Wisconsin.
You are thinking of Whitney, Wisconsin, who, by the way, is back on Twitter, y'all.
Why?
I don't know.
The only reason I know about Whitney, Wisconsin is because of the very brief time I paid attention to Leafy.
I know way too much about Whitney. Whitney is the one who her and her boyfriend got in trouble because it turns out she was underage with a lot of the porn they were posting.
Oh.
Yeah. She's also claimed to have sex with her dog. She drank her dog's piss.
Right.
She goes out. She does very sexual things in public. If you want to see her nasty ass doing very sexual things, it's out there. But she has a new one out there, and a new YouTube or Twitter, and she got all of her greatest hits up there already. Somebody linked it to me earlier today. I'm thinking they didn't know who she was, and they were like, check this crazy bitch out, because she made a post about how bats are not mammals, y'all. We can't fly. Yep.
We also can't breathe underwater, but
Well, yeah. Weibo says that she's actually done it with her dog. There's video, not kidding. I've never seen that video.
I don't care to either.
I've seen her do some horrible things in public, in Walmart stalls and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. But hey, there's people out there. Oh God. One of the funny things is her and Brittany Venti did get into it a little bit too.
Keemstar must be having a field day just with this.
Oh shit. God, yeah. Weibo says all I'm saying to this exists. I'm sure you haven't seen it, sweetheart, because that would be wrong.
Yeah, Weibo doesn't watch that kind of thing.
Ranting Monkey, what's wrong with these people? These are crazy bitches who want attention. She wants attention, and she gets it for this stuff. She gets a lot of attention for it. How she got deleted before, I didn't think was right because she was just expressing opinions then.
Right.
But the shit that she does, I have no problem if some of that needed to go down. Like her talking about how it's okay to have sex with dogs. No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Just throwing that out there. Ask Jeff. He's the degenerate that confirmed it.
You think we're going to add
Look, I know. Go ahead.
You think they're going to add K9 to the LGBT?
Right, with her, they will. And she is so nasty. There's nothing interesting about her. Her vagina is ugly. And it's surrounded by a mound of fat that I don't know where it comes from because she's not a fat woman. It's just like, Jesus, put that away. You're going to hurt somebody. No. She must love doggy style. Kel, go sit in the corner. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff I saw on the Twitter day. I didn't save a lot of the stuff that I did see because I was just happy to have a day on the Twitter that wasn't the last two. You know what I mean? The last two have been like just shit shows. And I found my love for Twitter again. I had a lot of fun with that. I did see also Kamala Harris put out a tweet where she's talking about how great her program's going to be for healthcare, and how you'll just be able to walk into any doctor's office anywhere and you're going to get care. You're not going to get a bill for it later. It's going to be awesome. And there's some people who didn't like my reply to that. So I simply mentioned that it's possible to die waiting the 6 months it takes to actually get to see that free doctor, which apparently is not the right thing to say to the Medicare for all crowd. They don't like that at all. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. Your boy Pat says, I put a lot of leftists on blast. Yes, you did. Guys, you should you should go check out Pat's Twitter if you haven't watched it today. He was on a fucking tear earlier. Damn, Ranting Monkey, the worst way to insult a woman is to go for the vagina. I didn't make her vagina ugly. She needs to keep it covered in public. That's all. I mean, I'm sure it still is usable. It works. I've seen her use it.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that, though, to be fair.
What's that?
Got an ugly vagina.
It's got an ugly vagina, man. If a young boy saw that, it'd turn him gay, is all I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's not aesthetically pleasing.
No, they'd be like, I am never going near one of those. I will stick with penis. That's all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us on to your time. And there's a question, comment, concern, throw it into the chat right now. You know the drill. Question marks, chat marks, statement thingies. Have you ever been to the Chinatown district of a major city? I have not. Gentlemen?
I've been to a couple different ones, yeah. The one in Cleveland is what you would expect.
I have not.
Ebony says the way you describe Wait, where was it? The way you describe it makes me think you've slept with her. No, I saw it. There's pictures all over her. Go look at her Twitter. She's already got all of them back up. It's disgusting. Can y'all explain the term ratioing and how you can tell what the ratio is? Well, certainly. A ratio is when somebody puts up a post, and instead of them getting likes or retweets, there's a whole bunch of comments, and it turns usually in that situation, the comments is people talking shit. That's how you tell. There's more comments than likes, then it's ratioed.
Right.
I was supposed to donate blood this week, but then I realized I can't due to the. Yes, we're here to educate. I was supposed to donate blood this week, but then I realized I can't do the antibiotics. Rest up, woman. It's okay. That was from the Weebs. Weebs is still in rough shape. She had her teethers pulled.
Her wisdom tooths.
Does it look like a taco that's been soaked in water for 4 hours?
Oh God.
No. Mostly it's the outer part that makes it like ho. It's like somebody hid a vagina inside a fat woman, but she's not fat. That's the weird part. She's got this huge fucking fat mound there, and she pulls it back, and it's like, what did you do? What did you do?
What did you do?
How many more likes can you get on this stream? Probably not many if I keep talking about this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Have you ever gone mountain biking?
Nope.
Satsu?
Not on an actual mountain. Not on an actual mountain, no.
I like riding mountain bikes. I've just, never on a mountain. I don't understand why you would do that. They make roads and shit you can ride your bike on. Any of you ever play stalker games? Didn't we get asked that last week?
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Answer is no.
No. Monkey, do you own any Ozzy albums? I do not. I'm not the biggest Ozzy fan. I'm just saying that that's not my arena. Ranting Monkey, do you like shrimp ramen? I think I tried it once, and no, I like my beef ramen. Satsu, you like shrimp ramen, right?
I sure does.
Scribe, do you even like ramen? I can't remember.
I mean, I like restaurant quality ramen. The store-bought stuff, I mean, sometimes I'll get in a mood or I'm just lazy or something, but otherwise, yeah.
Lindsay says, I miss you guys talking about Rosanna Arquette public self-flogging on Twitter. I don't know.
I saw somebody post a headline about it, but nobody sent us a story about it, so I don't know much. She was apologizing for being white or something.
I didn't see it. I know nothing about it. Let's see. What is that all about? Rosanna Arquette. What did you say, dummy? I don't know when she did it, so I'm not sure.
It was today or when the last day or so.
Well, I went to her thing instead of just seeing what people are saying about her, because that's the easiest way to find out what's actually going on. Don't go to people's pages. Go look what they're saying. Oh, wow. Is she for real?
What exactly did she say?
The tweet is, I'm sorry I was born white and privileged. It disgusts me, and I feel so much shame.
Yeah, okay.
Well, and it's... Okay.
For real?
I try to be practical, but my question to people who say shit like that is like, well, what are you doing? Like, I want to know, what are you doing? Are you prepping for some seppuku or something? Like, I need to know. How sorry are you exactly? Here's my PayPal. Show me how sorry you are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always curious because, like, you always make those sentiments. Hey, well, shut the fuck up.
Is that Satsu or is that me?
That's Satsu. You're fading in and out, bud.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, we just lost you for a second there.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I always want to ask these people, like, oh, you're sorry? Well, what are you doing? What are you doing about it?
I don't doubt for a second that she actually is sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what she's sorry for. You didn't do it, dummy.
It's original sin.
It's not a crime.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a moral crime, according to her and so many others. So there you go.
Oh, monkey!
It is a moral failing. It is moral impurity to be colored the wrong way.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, doesn't it though?
Monkey, did you see? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I want to go to her page and say, I too convey sorrow for being black, considering all the things that black people do daily. I know the feels.
Go tell her you're black and that she can alleviate some of that white guilt by giving you a fat donation.
Telling you.
Oh, fucking moron. Monkey, did you see that Mitch McConnell's campaign handle got banned for sharing the video of protesters threatening to kill him? No.
There was a bunch of people that went to his house and started like chanting or making threats and stuff, and it was really pretty. It reminded me of the whole like, let's go to Tucker Carlson's house and like protest outside his house and threaten his family kind of shit.
Right. One of these people, they're going to go to the wrong house and get too close and get shot. Ebony says, Satsu, has Cryptic sent you mochi yet?
No, he has not.
How dare he not do that?
I still haven't reviewed everything in that second box yet. I still haven't reviewed all the ramen yet. I need to get on that.
Let's see. Isabel says, I haven't gone to the doctor about my back because I can't physically sit in the waiting room for the 8 hours. It would, and a family doctor's 2-year waiting list. Yay, free healthcare. Jesus.
What?
Yeah. Look, I had a friend in Canada. She kept having seizures, and they told her it takes 6 months to go see a specialist. 6 months.
What?
I walked into my doctor's office the day I decided to get this shit looked at, and I had surgery like a month and a half later.
Yeah.
That was after seeing other specialists already.
I am so thankful, honestly, for my my health insurance because the day my eye exploded, like within hours, I had a specialist there treating it. It was half luck that it happened when it did, and that he was available that particular day. But all the same, if I hadn't had the insurance I did, etc., who knows what.
Dude, what really kills me about this is people are like, why can't we do what the other countries are doing? They're doing it over there and they're just fine. And then the people over there are like, not really. It actually sucks. And they're like, shut the fuck up. What do you know?
Well, they will tell you everybody over there loves it. And you know what? A lot of people do. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people do. From my experience, it's the people who have very, very bad issues that don't like it. If you're just going because you need to see a doctor for a checkup, I mean, get it. You schedule a checkup every 6 months or whatever. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, the people who need it the most, the people who are most affected, by the way these bills and shit come out. Because to be honest, like I can't think of any person I know personally who has ever paid a medical bill. Like they get them bitches and they just like, yay, more for the fire. So it's just like most common people, unless you have like some chronic illness or whatever, they ignore that shit most of the time.
Mr. Nonopoly asks, who are you talking about, Ranting Monkey? You're going to have to be...
Yeah.
That question was asked 9 minutes ago.
Yeah, the answer to that question could be anything depending on what time it is.
Ranting Monkey, have you guys heard that DC and Marvel are quite possibly going to end their comic book under Warner Disney orders?
They're if Disney says Marvel Comics as a comic books no longer exist, As a financial thing, I could understand it. As a cultural PR move, I couldn't understand it, but who knows?
No one nowhere asked about McConnell thing. Yeah, I haven't seen that he got kicked, that his campaign got shut down for that. Weibo says, I just want to help.
Nope.
Sweetheart, I need you to be more specific. Lords of the Night, have you ever gone down the Betty White is a vampire conspiracy rabbit hole? No.
Nope. I didn't know.
That one sounds too silly to me.
Yeah, I've heard the Keanu Reeves one. I've heard the Paul Rudd one and the Nicolas Cage one. I haven't heard about Betty White being a vampire because she's gotten older, guys.
Yeah.
Betty White, when she was young, she was hot, but she is an elderly little crunched over little old lady now.
Oh, Weibo was talking about with the giving blood. She just wants to help. And then she asked, how do I register to donate bone marrow? I'm not sure how you do it, but know that is painful as fuck, sweetheart.
Yeah, they stick a needle into your bone, etc.
Yeah. Do you know if Polly will be doing a comic book curation tonight sometime after 10? I'm not sure. He wasn't on the show last night, so I know they want to. I just don't know if they've figured out a way to do it. My husband is recovering from the stomach flu. Can I get some good vibes? I hope he feels much better, Lindsay.
Yeah. Yuck.
That stuff will take the life right out of you.
Dude, stomach-related shit is like, oh my god. That shit will shut your whole system down. You can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Weibo says, they need my spicy O blood, guys. I keep getting emails. Yes, but you also need to be healthy.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. They can miss just one, and then as soon as you can, go out and give it back. It's okay.
I don't know if your midget blood cells will work, though. It might be too small for regular humans.
Wow.
What? I don't know. I was asking this question. I just don't know. I don't know the answer to the question.
Mm-hmm.
Ebony says, Ranting Monkey, what is something you wear that puts Lady Monkey in the mood? There it is when I wear nothing.
Suit. Yeah, birthday suit.
Lords of the Night, do you believe in magic? I do.
In a young girl's... Oh, I mean, that song? No. Actual magic? No.
I do. I think that there's stuff out there that we would consider magic that we just haven't found yet. I mean...
So science.
I definitely believe in magic because of the curse that was put on me when I was born.
There you go. He's like Aurora over there. Thank you, ex-Bubba Hotep, who said Polly will be doing it tomorrow. Hopefully he sent out a tweet right after I asked the question. It will be a special for Inquisitor's birthday. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. And thank you for letting us know. No, I think if you look through most of the lore on magical things, they're basically a science-based thing anyway. So, have you ever tried the cup noodle shrimp ramen? Has actual shrimp? No. I don't fuck with my cup of noodle. Just beef all the way.
I don't know, man. I think you need the quotes if you're gonna say actual shrimp.
Yeah, that's like the stuff that they sell kids when they tell them it's sea people. Ranting Monkey, did you say Venti had some valid points? When the hell did she start making sense? If you watch her Shu Woo video, she makes some decent points in there. Have you ever glued a hobo's nostrils shut? What in the hell?
Good God.
No. I want to go on record as being against that, actually.
Define hobo.
Oh, shit. All right.
Ranting Monkey, do you think that 26 of 27 of the deadliest mass shooters not having a father is a possible thing to look into solving the mass shooting? I think it's definitely worth looking into because, once again, guns have not changed. Guns have not changed. Our society has.
So let's see. Women fucking kids and corrupting kids.
My dad used to take his gun to school. He never shot anyone in school. Something else has changed. It's not guns, and it's not because they came out with the AR-15 with a pistol grip instead of just using a stock. Wait, Satsu is black? Yes. We've tried to keep that a secret, but it snuck out. Lords of the Night, how are your trouser squirrels? Mine's well, thank you.
Fine.
Satsu has your trouser squirrel.
It's amazing.
There you go.
And mine's not a squirrel. It's much bigger than that.
It's bigger than a squirrel?
Well, what kind of squirrel are we talking about? Are we talking about like one of those little brown squirrels or like a big gray squirrel?
The squirrels we get here are fucking huge, man.
Oh, I've seen teeny tiny little like brown squirrels, and they're like little rodents.
All right. We get big. We growing big here.
Oh, okay.
I was like, damn, go Scribe. Are you
Most
counting
of
the
the
tail or
squirrels
just
over here are black?
body?
Wait, is that a racial thing?
No, they're literally the color black.
Did you guys see Lady Monkey's tweet today about our fucking chipmunks?
Oh yes, your little like needy, demanding little chipmunks, Chippendale.
My daughter decided to feed the little fucker.
Oh, that's
I'm like, don't feed him. And then a couple of days later, like they fed him again. Like he ate it. I'm like, of course he ate it. You gave it to him. Like, well, he must have been hungry. I'm like, he's a fucking chipmunk. He will find food. So Lady Monkey decided to keep it up. And so she's been feeding him. And today she was sitting upstairs and he jumped on her fucking window. He's hanging off the goddamn window, making a racket because he wanted her to come out and feed him. I'm like, y'all, like we don't have a pet, but now we have pets. Harbos ask, any No Man's Sky tonight? And do you guys primarily use base planets or like me, use your capital as a roving base since you can add and do the same on one? I might be playing tonight. We won't be playing together, I don't believe. We don't have a scheduled one, right?
No.
Okay. I would love to use my capital ship as my base, but since they don't let us use the what are they called? Swirlies? Portals. Yeah, I still make a ground base. Satsu, you agree with that?
Yeah. At least something that I can go to that has a teleporter and a save point or something like that.
Yeah. Ranting Monkey, we have a mix of both public, cheap clinics and private, more expensive ones. Sometimes you might need a referral to a private clinic, but they're generally efficient if you don't have time. I believe you. But also, I've heard way too many stories. And look, I grew up a Navy brat, y'all. I've had government. You guys forget this. In the military, you get all that government services. That's the free, using air quotes here, medicine we had as children. And it took me when they were first trying to figure out what was wrong with me, why I was vomiting all the time. Turned out, just migraines. It took 6 months for me to get into a specialist because that's how far backed up they were. Because nobody wanted to be a doctor in the military unless it was going through there to get your degree and stuff. And then you were just working out your time you'd agreed to. There were so many of those doctors who just did not give a fuck. Stick a needle into your bone is painful. More painful than we are in. More pain than we are in now. Look, Evil One, I've never had it done. I've heard about it, and it sounds extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, at best. I've had family members, so just, yeah.
Ranting Monkey, has Scribe Light heard the Monkey in the Morning chat where you guys talked about Picard's head looking like a penis for the first 3 seasons of TNG? For the record, I said the first season, and I doubt he heard it because it was last night's show.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear that one. Why would it be important for me to hear that?
I don't know. But it does, especially with a lot of the camera angles they take. Is like he's got a dickhead.
Yeah, well, he was a younger, slimmer man back then, so.
Ranting Monkey, what about roast beef ramen? It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not as spicy as the regular. Scribe Light, does black privilege exist? Scribe.
I suppose it could on a circumstantial basis. You know, if you have Rosanna Arquette showing up, then she probably does provide some kind of privilege to somebody or defer to someone on the basis of their skin color because she's apparently denigrating one and elevating others, which doesn't make her at all racist or nothing. I don't know. People can provide whatever, liking, disliking, whatever they want, subconsciously or consciously. But as a rule, no. As a rule, no. It doesn't exist like it's a thing that is law or something.
I only asked that because I liked that it was directed at you and not Satsu. Satsu, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. If you want to figure out if black privilege exists, just talk to black activists. And they will tell you. Black activists and black nationalists or whatever, they will straight up tell you all the amazing things about being black and why being black is so much better and how they're genetically superior. So they'll tell you straight up. But if you ever ask them, like, are those privileges? They'll be like, no, because those are all negated by the fact that, we're completely and totally and utterly oppressed in every way. I'm like, yeah. But how do genetically superior people get oppressed by genetically inferior people? How does that happen?
Well, see, privilege requires power, Satsu, and obviously black people don't have any power.
But they do. The power of the melanin.
No. That's superseded by white supremacy.
Okay. Long story short, black nationalists and white nationalists are literally the same people.
Yeah.
And they're all assholes. Mr. Scott clears up. It was 26 of the 27 school shootings, not mass shootings. I'm sorry. Ranching Monkey, magic is just science. Dr. Manhattan told me so. I agree it's science, but I want you to think about this. Like right now, I'm talking to somebody in Australia through a fucking cable line plugged into a magic box using electricity that should kill me being near it. That's fucking magical. And we can call it science because we know how it works. I say it's magic. Let's see what do we have going on here. Fun fact, the third deadliest mass shooting, the Virginia Tech shooting, was committed with 2 pistols. No scary looking assault weapons. Yeah. Pistols are, if I remember correctly, the most common murder weapon. A handgun, not a revolver, an actual pistol. A semi-automatic handgun. Scribe, would you consider moving to Ireland to find your future boo?
Ireland? Oh, because of the redhead stuff? Moving there? I don't know. I have a hard time imagining myself being all that far from where I live, so no, I don't imagine that. I might think of Scotland though, because that's where I have some distant heritage. Just for visiting it, not moving to, and then I can go hang out with Tail Feature.
Weebo says, "What is a trouser squirrel?" You are too young for us to have that conversation, young lady. You go sit down.
It's our pee-pee.
Your boy Pat says, "Scribe, you see the tweet about the distilled whiskey?" Yeah, we talked about that on the show, didn't we?
Yeah. I made a strangely poetic / deep joke about it.
Should Scribe Light be dubbed White Hammer from here forth?
No.
White Hammer. I kind of like that name, though.
There's my answer. No. Do you seriously see the movie The Hebrew Hammer?
No.
It was like a satire. I think he was a Hasidic Jewish rapper called The Hebrew Hammer. And it was a movie that came out like in the early 90s or something. I don't think I could get away with making it today, but yeah.
I think me and Satsu should change our names to White Hammer, Black Sword.
Oh, there you go.
That would be awesome, man. We'd be like a crime fighting team.
Those are your code names in your video games?
I'd have a hammer. You'd have a sword. I know it's kind of on point, but I feel like that's awesome.
Oh, by the way, Danny Trejo rescued a baby trapped in an overturned car. Machete saved a baby.
Cool. Yep. Ranting Monkey, what's the name of the woman with the messed up vagina? Whitney, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
He was desperate to know that. He asked several times. Sorry. You never cleared which lady we were talking about. We've talked about a lot of ladies. A lot of ladies. So that is Whitney, Wisconsin.
Oh, here we go. Happening now in Forest, Mississippi, where one of the ICE raids happened. Children of those who were arrested are left alone in the streets, crying for help. Strangers and neighbors are taking them to a local gym to be put up for the night.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wait, Scribe has a family? Yes, he does. He talks about his mom and his sister and his dad. Come on.
Yep. Mom, dad, sister. Sister's nearby. Mom and dad are a distance away, but visitable from time to time.
Satsu, why not jump in and out of your ship? That's the simplest way instead of teleporting back to your base to save, or am I missing something?
No, I don't specifically teleport back to my base to save, but it is nice to have if I'm like right next to it. Jumping in and out of your ship is a good thing to do, but
yeah, but especially like if you're trying to get around all the different space stations and stuff, going through the portals is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like warp fuel is that expensive to make, but
it's just a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah, just jump through the fucking portal. It took military doctors over a year to figure out I had hernias. They kept saying I had IBS. I've told the story about what happened with my mom and military doctors, and I don't think I'm in a good enough place to talk about that tonight. Do you call your penis Jean-Luc? No, but your mom calls it that. She likes when I say engage. Oh, well, the thunder rolls.
Wow. And the lightning strikes.
It is still going on. Damn, that was a long one. That's also what your mom said.
That's what she said, yeah.
Let's see. More questions. What do we have here? I'm catching up to, well, we have a lot of chat going on. There's only one hammer, and he's the 1-ton hammer.
Oh.
Well, I also kind of like White Lightning, Black Thunder, but I think that's been done before. So we need a... Oh, it would be even better if those were reversed. Your White Lightning on Black Thunder. It would confuse the shit out of people. They'd be like, wait, but he's the black one.
It's symbolic. It shows the unity.
Wait. It's Colleen's birthday?
That's what I'm hearing.
Colleen. I'm glad I saw that before we got to the end of the show because we love Colleen around here. She's been with us a long time and very active part of MSS News for us since the beginning. And Colleen, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Colleen.
Happy fucking birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Colleen. I hope you had a wonderful one, and thank you so much for the support over the years. You are awesome. Jeremy says, by the way, I disliked the recent rant video. Or I haven't made a video in a while. Are you talking about the one about Ilhan Omar? Or are you talking about the rant I did last night? Either way, I don't care that you didn't like it, but I'm just curious. And it's not that I don't care that you didn't like it. It's just that I'm sorry you didn't care about what I said. Oh, she turned 44 today. Oh, she's that nice age. I like women at that age. Lady Monkey will be turning around that age soon. Her birthday comes up next month. Ranting Monkey been having thunderstorms pop up twice today here. Oof. Damn. Monkey, that was a long one. Scribe, that's what she said. Anyone catch that?
Yeah.
I think I caught up to chat. And I know there's stuff there's statements you've made. I haven't seen a lot of statement marks. And sorry, guys, I scroll by if I don't see those because I figure you guys are talking to each other, which is usually the case. So if we missed anything, ask again now. You got 1 minute to get in your final questions. By the way, one of the dumbest songs ever, but so catchy and so good. Yeah, they're leaving for Venus. Like, why the fuck would you go to Venus? To melt?
Because it's gravity,
With
yo.
penis.
It's heavy. Because it rhymes with penis.
Ranting Monkey. I met my boyfriend on YouTube. Cool. Is it Scribe? Have you ever been rated with Jonathan Frakes questions? No.
No.
Not on this show. Ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Yes. And you know what? He didn't like it. With that, guys, we're going to wrap up this one. It is the top of the hour, and it is time for us to go our separate ways.
Yes.
Now it's time
apart.
to move on.
It's time to move on.
Now it's
Chad,
time to say goodbye. Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the donations. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. And just for all your support. You guys are amazing. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time over on Satsu. 2 cents for another Lords of the Night. Satsu, Scribbles, thank you guys so much for joining me. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Your lives make us sad, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Fuck off. I mean,
Well, that's not nice.
Jesus.
No wonder they don't like my rants.